One of my favorite adventure games of all time is Sam & Max Hit the Road. So when I first found out there was going to be a new Sam & Max game made by Telltale, I was extremely excited to say the least. By all accounts, this was a developer who knew what they were doing with adventure game development, receiving reasonably good reviews for their licensed Bone games. Plus, Steve Purcell, the original creator of the characters, was on board himself. More than anything, I was just excited to see literally anyone pick up the adventure game development mantle. LucasArts had somewhat recently killed off their Sam & Max sequel, Freelance Police, as well as Full Throttle 2, leaving the genre pretty much dead. The original Sam & Max Hit the Road holds up pretty damn well still, but it does have a lot of the old janky adventure game tropes in it. And Sam & Max Save the World, known at the time as Season 1, holds up quite a bit better. First, though, let's put this in context. More than likely, you know Telltale as the developer of the Walking Dead games and all their subsequent games that followed. An era of games that were still adventure games, technically speaking, but were missing a lot of the puzzle solving and adventuring elements that the genre had been known for. The era of Telltale that Sam & Max represents is a middle ground. They've made a lot of changes for the better to the overall structure of the traditional LucasArts adventure game, eliminating quite a bit of the pixel hunting and utterly nonsensical puzzle solutions, while still retaining the heart of the adventure game, using and combining items to solve puzzles in a narratively rich world. Something that's very important to a lot of adventure games, and certainly to Sam & Max, is the humor, and the writing that goes along with that, both of which are surprisingly spot on here. Not only does this game nail what makes Sam & Max so great, but its reliance on ageless jokes have mostly helped it survive. Though there are certainly some Bush-era jabs at certain things here and there, most of the humor has aged pretty well. The characters help quite a bit too. There is a whole cast of recurring characters that are introduced slowly over the span of the season, and some of these characters would continue to be important all the way through the end of the third season, just as important to the game as Sam and Max themselves are. But we can't talk about Sam & Max without talking about its business model. This was the first major episodic game. The Telltale game Bone, which had come out before it, had tried the episodic model, but the series was never completed. Telltale CSI games were episodic in nature, but were always released as one big pack. So Sam & Max was the first real, true test of the model, and I think it worked remarkably well. You also have to understand, this is before third-party games on Steam really took off. I know I personally bought the first few seasons of Sam & Max directly off Telltale's website. When a new episode came out, I'd have to go to Telltale's website and download it. And a lot of times the Sam & Max episodes didn't come out on time. They were delayed pretty regularly, and you could never really guess when the next episode was going to come out. Obviously, now, if you're going to go pick up the game and play it, you're going to play it all at once. But I seriously recommend letting each individual episode breathe a bit. Don't just jump directly into the next one. These games were made to be played over a span of time, not immediately one after the other. They're certainly still enjoyable played back to back, but I think they're even better given a bit of time. Sam & Max Save the World is exactly what you want out of an adventure game. It combines fantastic writing and engaging puzzles in a way that keeps you entertained throughout the entire game. It's a combination that has grown even more rare in the intervening years. Sure, we still have the Wadjet Eye games coming out, but those are the exception, not the rule, and playing these Sam & Max games harkens back to another era of the industry. One that a lot of people, myself included, harbor a lot of nostalgia for.